and it's recording. So let's first go with the webinar objectives. So in this webinar, you will learn what is a social media expert or what is a social media virtual assistant. You will also learn what is the current rate for a Filipino social media expert, social media virtual assistant. And of course, what are the top 10 social network websites that a virtual assistant is handling? And of course, what are the basic tasks of a social media expert or virtual assistant? And lastly, I am going to share some social media netiquette, the do's and don'ts in the social media. This is very important. So this is also a great way to, this is also a great topic to discuss. So if you guys have any questions, just type in the question box. There's a question box in your panel. You can do so right there. And maybe at the end of this webinar, if we still have time, we can do some question and answer portion. You can ask me questions, and of course, I'll answer back. So before we proceed, I would like to clarify that this webinar is for free. I won't be selling anything, or I won't be charging anything during the webinar or even at the end of the webinar. So this is completely free. And this webinar, by the way, is not an social media affiliate marketing or social media internet marketing webinar that I will teach you how to make money on Facebook, or I will teach you how to make money on Google AdSense or in YouTube ads or in Facebook ads. So please be reminded of that. This webinar is for a social media virtual assistant whose task usually is go all around the social media websites. Okay, so let us proceed. So the first thing to ask is, what is a social media expert, or what is a social media virtual assistant? Social media, as a social media expert, simply is someone who assists small businesses in maintaining their social media profile. So social media would would mean Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn accounts, or Foursquare, and many others. And these are websites that these are the great websites where businesses can make business contacts. This is a great place. These are great places to promote products, promote services, because this is where the customers are. So in order, maintaining the social media presence of a business is very tedious, it's very time consuming, and of course it's very repetitive. It's something you do every day. It's a routine. It's something that you should maintain. And this is why most clients, or most small to medium entrepreneurs would want to outsource this task, because it's very time consuming. And they just want to get rid of this task and maybe have a life and let social media addicts, the Filipino Facebook addicts and Twitter addicts, do all these stuff, since we love doing it, right? So that is basically the definition of a social media expert. So again, often business owners do not have the time to promote on social media. So this is where we come in. As a social media virtual assistant's responsibility is to stay on top of these sites. So before we discuss what are these sites, I would like to, of course, the famous question, or the most common question, is, what is the current rate of a Filipino virtual assistant? That is $500 to $750 a month. So that is very that is high, and that is really good. And this is actually the ideal rate. Some clients pay Filipino virtual assistant, or the social media ones, a little less, maybe 400 to 450. The lowest would be 350, and that would be $3.125 per hour, or maybe we can go for $3 per hour. And this is a very good deal already. So it depends with the complexity of the task. So if it's just, posting stuff on Facebook, then I guess 500 is fine. But when it's all about Facebook ads and studying the numbers and studying these statistics of, the activities in the social media websites, so I think it goes higher. So if you know how to do those things, maybe you get to pay $750. Okay, so if a client asks what is your current rate, so you can say $500 a month. Okay, and so if you guys have any questions with the rate, maybe maybe if you have questions, just let me know about the rate. So okay, so next is, what are the top 10 social network websites? So you guys may be very, very familiar with these. So maybe let's start with number one. It's Facebook. We all have Facebook. Twitter. We all have Twitter. LinkedIn. Not all of us have LinkedIn accounts. Then we have Pinterest. We have Google Plus. We have Instagram. We have YouTube. We have Tagged. We have a Divine Art, and of course, Live Journal. Now, I will be discussing the top 7 first, or the top 6, excluding Instagram. So maybe have YouTube up in there, and I will discuss to you later on the specifics of these websites. So these are the top 10 social networking websites that people actively use. Facebook, of course, remains number 1. All of us use it. Twitter, LinkedIn. I'm not sure if you guys are very familiar with Pinterest, Google Plus, Instagram, okay, and Tagged is more of a social dating thing. Um, then Divine Art, and then we have Live Journal. So I will be discussing the top 7. Okay, so let's proceed. Basic tasks of a social media expert. So I will be discussing the basic tasks for Facebook, for LinkedIn, for Pinterest, for Twitter, and for YouTube, and of course for blogs. Oops, sorry. Okay, blogs. I will be discussing with you just the basic task for social media for blogs, because blogs can be very technical and may require as a different webinar for mainly blogs alone. So with blogs, I will be discussing just the basic social media stuff that you guys can do for your clients' blogs. So first, Facebook. Okay, always remember that Facebook or any other social media website is very, very content driven. So whatever content you put in there, it's either it will make or break you. So always be careful with what you post on Facebook. So the basic task for Facebook is creating Facebook business pages. So if your client doesn't have a business page yet, that is actually one of your tasks, is to create Facebook business pages. Now, creating Facebook business page is very, very easy. If you have created your personal account, that is actually very much similar. All you need to do is, create an account, put an email address and password, and etc., and upload a logo of your business and upload a cover page, and you're done. So that's basically the simple steps to creating Facebook business pages. Your next task for Facebook is posting posts. Yeah, that's very redundant. So anyway, scheduling posts. So when your client wants you to post stuff all day, it does not necessarily mean that you need to post stuff literally all day. Be literal about it. It doesn't work that way. You're wasting so much of your time. So this is where scheduling feature of Facebook comes in. Now, scheduling posts for Facebook is very easy. If I can just share my screen right here. Main screen. Okay, if you guys can see here, it's Mr. Outsource Facebook page, right? So if you click here, click status, and you will see these three icons right here. So this is the scheduling part, schedule post. So all you need to do is choose the date. Okay, choose when you want to schedule that post or that specific feature. Let's say webinar 2013 on Monday. Okay, and then you will actually schedule it for 8 8:45 p.m. UTC. Okay, and then you just click schedule, and then of course you will have to choose if you want it public or private. And then this one, let me just discuss this one as well, because since we are here, you can do add targeting. You can be very, very specific on who the people that you want to read this. You can do gender, relationship status, educational status, age, location, language. You can be very, very specific, and of course the location. We are in Davao City, so that is what you do for schedule. And then you just click schedule and just click OK, right? So, oops. Okay, I should put December 18 and then schedule. And then it's been scheduled like that. So if you click view activity log, you can see here we have all scheduled posts for our Mr. Outsource business page, right? So these are December 13 for tomorrow, December 13, some of the codes that we are posting. So we just do scheduling, okay? So let me just switch my screen. Okay, so that's how you do scheduling posts. We actually suggest, I highly, highly recommend that you guys do Facebook scheduling via Facebook, because if you do it with a third party software, it's really never convenient. Facebook just have this issues with third party apps. So it's best if you just schedule the post during in the Facebook, inside Facebook, and not having to use a different software. And next is, of course, we will have creating or joining Facebook groups. Now, the very main purpose of creating or joining Facebook groups is to target a specific market. Whenever we say I actually created recently Mr. Outsource University group on Facebook, and I hope you guys are a member of that already, because I have sent you all an invitation. So if you guys notice, all the stuff that I put in there are very, very specific to you, to those people included in that group. So it's very best. It's actually highly strategic to post stuff in groups, because when it say it's group, you have the same interest, you have the same like. So it's very, very specified. So that's actually one of the greatest strategies to attract customers, to attract people. If you put your client's business page in that group, you can actually have people clicking that link, increasing your traffic. Okay, then the next is promoting Facebook pages. Now, you ever wonder how sometimes your friends would just, send you a message and chat you and said, "Hey, can you like this picture? Hey, can you like this page? Hey, can you like this and that and blah, 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 blah." Well, that's actually part of promoting Facebook pages. I know there's much better way to promote Facebook pages than, disturbing your friends in the middle of the day, asking them to like your page. So to promote your Facebook page, it's best. Another way to do this is you join groups. You do a collaboration with other Facebook pages that is very similar to your page, but not necessarily a competitor. And then you just promote each other. So that's actually one of promoting want Facebook pages. And of course, you can do, to promote Facebook pages, you can do Facebook ads, and of course, install Facebook applications. So let me actually show you one of the Facebook apps that we use. Let me see. Okay. For example, your client is on retail business, and he or she has a large number of fan base on Facebook. So in order for him or her to divert or convert those fans into customers, she might, it's a better way to have the store on Facebook. Okay, so there's actually an app. Let me show you the screen. Okay. If you can see my screen, this is actually one of our clients. You can see this shop here. Okay, that is actually an app. So if you click it, see app here. My internet's very slow. So anyway, there's this order form that will come up, and the some of the stores that will come up in here. Okay, so that's actually here. You can see how they are all the products are in there. So that is very, very strategic in converting these fan base into customers. Okay, so you can actually explore a lot of apps on Facebook. So that is very, very useful. Okay, so again, creating new pages and accounts is very easy. And if you want to promote your page, promoting Facebook page, you can use Facebook apps. And it's a bit, it's a bit complicated to install at first, but if you get your way around it, it's very easy. You can search for apps that you would like to use and have installed them. There are actually apps on Facebook that are connected to your YouTube, to your Twitter, to your Instagram or Pinterest account. Or if you cannot handle it, a web developer can do it for you. Maybe ask your client's web developer to install the apps on your Facebook pages. So that's also one way to do it. And let me see, there's a question here. Okay, don't worry about missing this webinar. This webinar is recorded, so you can actually just, I will be sending out the links to you guys for those people who cannot finish, or who cannot attend the webinar. So it's okay. I will be sending the links. I will be posting the links on Facebook, Mr. Outsource University Crew, and of course, Mr. Outsource University dashboard. So you can see this webinar maybe an hour after. Okay, so cool. Let's proceed with the next. So if you guys have any questions with Facebook, please raise them now. So basically, Facebook is just like, your personal Facebook. All you need to do is be very, very conscious with the things that you post in your client's Facebook. It's a totally different with your personal Facebook, right? So take responsibility and make yourself accountable with whatever you put in there. So I will discuss some advices. I will discuss some how the things you can avoid, posting not good stuff on Facebook, but that would be later on. Let me share you about Facebook ads. Okay. Now this is how you track your Facebook ad audience, okay? As you can see, you can actually see the different numbers in here. So you can see the age group. There's the age group in there, and we have the different countries, and we have languages. We have likes and interests. So you need to be very, very specific on your different Facebook ads. So look at here. You can actually see the ages that you want to target. So if you are a fashion retail business, okay, you are likely to target the female gender, and maybe between 17 or 18 to 44 years old, or maybe 45 above, for mother of the bride, or those kinds of dresses, if that's what you're selling. And then if you need to know the country, okay, you need to be aware. If you want to really be specific in your target, you need to choose the location of where you want your ads to go. And of course, creating your Facebook ads is very, very simple. All you need to do is upload a picture and maybe make your ads really, really short, because always remember, people don't want to read. People are very lazy, and people don't want to read ads. So make it short, make it snappy, and of course, make it sell. So that a good picture is always, always best. So that is how you optimize your ads. Be very, very strategic, and be very, very detailed, so you can reach the right people. So next is Twitter. What are the Twitter tasks for a virtual assistant, social media virtual assistant? So this is Twitter is very, very popular in the States. It Twitter, most of the companies right now have a steady fan base on Twitter. So this is also another important task. So of course, the first task is your client will ask you to create a Twitter account. There is no Twitter business account or Twitter personal account. It's all just the same account. Unlike Facebook, they have business pages, they have fan pages, and then your personal page or account, etc. So with Twitter, all you need to do is create an account. Next is managing your Twitter following or your Twitter followers. So you need to be aware of the people you follow and the people who follows you. Next is scheduling tweets, like on Facebook. You don't necessarily have to be on Twitter all day. All you need to do is just schedule them. And of course, engaging followers. What's the use of your 50 million followers if they don't interact with you, or if they don't favorite, or retweet or quote your Twitter, or your tweet, right? So always post or tweet stuff that will engage your followers. Okay, so monitoring or managing your Twitter followers. So first of all, Twitter is very limited with characters, right? Whenever you leave just whenever a customer tweets you and mentions you in a tweet, and it's very, very nasty, or it's a complaint, it will actually damage your reputation, especially in the social media, because most people are really conscious with your image online. So if they see a bad review on Twitter about your company or about your client's business, then that is really something you need to address immediately. So if you guys are very familiar with Globe's customer support on Twitter, Globe Philippines, if you can go to Twitter right now and go to Talk to Globe, at Talk to Globe, you can actually a lot of complaints there for Globe Telecom, and a lot of like cursing and joking and all these kinds of crazy stuff for Globe. And I salute Globe customer support for being very professional in controlling these people. So this actually one of the examples that I want to tell you guys, that you need to be professional in addressing these kinds of issues. You need to be very vigilant with the things that you post, especially if you're a big company like Globe, or maybe in the UK, if you have a great fan base already or follower base. So one angry tweet or maybe one bad complaint must be addressed, and you can actually reply professionally. So that is also a very important note to remember. So scheduling tweets with Facebook, we have the schedule inside Facebook, right? With Twitter, you may need to have a third party. You can have TweetDeck. You can have um, what was that name of the? I wasn't able to put it in here, but oh, well, yeah, that I couldn't find it. So anyway, that's one of the names of third party that we use on Twitter is TweetDeck. You can actually schedule things in there. You can actually post things in there as well. You don't need to go to Twitter anymore. And then you can actually have Google Alerts activated, and maybe mention.net, create an account in there so that they will notify you if you are being mentioned in one of the tweets. If there's a great review, if you're mentioned in a tweet, that is very, very important. You need to read those things and you need to comment on those things. Okay, if it's a compliment, you say thank you. If it's a complaint, you address it. So never leave a tweet unattended. Okay, you must acknowledge everything. Next is, of course, LinkedIn account. LinkedIn is actually not really that kind of social and interactive like Facebook, and of course, like Facebook and Twitter. With LinkedIn, you all you need to do with LinkedIn is maybe create connections with the right people, with professionals, with experts, right? So with Facebook, it's more of like informal market. You can actually see students and different students, parents, all on Facebook. But with LinkedIn, it's more of the professionals. It's more of the B2B. It's more to business. So this is also a great way to connect with experts and the right people. So with LinkedIn, your client will likely ask you to create personal LinkedIn account. Okay, your client will be, say, for example, Barack Obama, and maybe you can create or personal, the president, U.S. president's LinkedIn account. So that's actually one of the best way to promote yourself. If you're an author, if you're an entrepreneur, if your client is an entrepreneur or a coach, or what else, a writer, an author, a presenter, it is best that they have a LinkedIn account so they can actually have the credibility. Because with LinkedIn account, you can actually link your company, your client's company, with other company. Say, for example, your client is an author, you can actually create connections or LinkedIn, hence the word LinkedIn, hence the name. So you can actually link in your page with their page, okay, with a very, very similar page. You can actually create a connection between you guys. And then next is, of course, joining LinkedIn groups, just like Facebook. It's all the same concept. All you need to do is just LinkedIn. It's just that with LinkedIn, it's a different group of people. It's more of the educated, the career build with people with careers. So that is the difference between LinkedIn. Our clients usually ask us, the LinkedIn tasks that clients ask us to do is, um, those business cards that they have, they want us to add all the emails in those business cards to their LinkedIn accounts. So we need to find these people on the business cards. We need to find them on LinkedIn, and of course add them on LinkedIn, and start a conversation from there. Maybe join their groups, like their page on Facebook, etc. So LinkedIn is about business to business connections. Okay. Next is, of course, posting to LinkedIn profile and company page. This is very easy. It's like adding up your or updating your resume. So your college background, educational background, work experiences, companies owned. So it's best if your client actually provide you with these information. If you don't know anything about your client yet, but the business. But if it's a company page, put it there when it started, when it was opened. A little history of the company would be very helpful. So that is LinkedIn. Next is Pinterest. I love this website, Pinterest. Personally, I love to work with Pinterest because there's a lot of things to do, especially the do-it-yourself things. So this is very helpful for all the DIY. And Pinterest is like a board. It's like, a bulletin board that we have in school or at work. So it's just like that, but with online. Okay, it's an online cork board, bulletin board. So for every board, you can pin all the pictures in there. You can actually just put everything. So with Pinterest, there's the basic tasks for Pinterest. Before I go with other things, creating a Pinterest account, it's very easy. Pinterest started as an invite only website, and then they started with and then they later on they just accept people who sign up their account. So it's very easy right now. So just sign up for an account, and then of course pinning to your Pinterest account. Pinning meaning all you need to do is pin or for if it's Tumblr, reblog, upload things to your Pinterest account. It's either pictures. It's always pictures though. You need to upload pictures in your Pinterest account that people in Pinterest would repin. Okay, it's like sharing pictures all over the internet, all over Pinterest. So I will show you later on. Now, of course, this one, creating images to pin to your Pinterest account. This is what I was talking about, uploading Pinterest, uploading images. So this is actually an infographic of how advertisers use pinning or Pinterest. Okay, hashtags are very important. There is a hashtag button on Pinterest that you can use, and of course, link to product page. So whenever you upload an image on Pinterest, always put the website where you got that image from. So the source or the reference is very important, and then you can add your client's page or your client's website in there to be very so that to have your hashtags or your pin very effective. Okay, so it's also great if you join popular boards, popular accounts on Pinterest, so you can actually get their photos as well. So that's let me guys show you my other screen. Oops. To show you what Pinterest is. Who among you guys are active on Pinterest? Just please raise your hand so I know. Raise your hand or maybe type in the chat box or question so I know who are very familiar with Pinterest already. Okay, that's good. I cannot log into our Pinterest for some reason. At first, I thought Pinterest was all about just hobbying stuff, just blogging or repin pictures. And then later through the years, people are now using Pinterest as for their businesses, for their website. So let me show you the other screen here. This is my Pinterest. As you can see, these are the different pins. Oh, this is funny. Anyway, these are like the different pins, okay, the different pictures. When we say uploading images, all you need to do is click this one, upload a pin, or add from website. Add from website is very, very easy. All you need to put is the URL of the website and it will get the images from there. So you can upload an image, and then, or maybe you can create a board. A board is like a folder. You know how in your computer you have folders with different files on them? So maybe I can create a board with a lot of cakes, okay? Designer cakes. Then maybe I can put all the designer cakes in there that I find on Google, that I find on blogs, I find on Yahoo. So this is actually very efficient. So that's how you do. And then always put your website. For example, here, this dress. If I click this dress, okay, that's under fashion. Okay, that's the board. I would like to follow this board. So with people following your board as well, so that is also one of your tasks, is to have people follow your board. And then if you click this one, it will actually lead you to that website where the main source, okay, where that image was really originally uploaded in the internet. So that is theberry.com. So imagine if that is your client's website. So it actually diverts the traffic to your client's website. Okay. So I don't know, it's really, really slow, my internet. So really sorry about these guys, but let us proceed. Next is YouTube. Okay, let me show you again. Okay, all right, I will teach you guys how to use it again. Let me share my screen. Main screen, okay. So this is how you will create for Pinterest, okay? So let me go to, okay, so go to this plus sign right here. And then if you want to create a board, say for example, your client's business is all about cakes, right? Designer cakes. You put their designer cakes. And then you describe um, various designer cakes. Okay, and then you choose a category. Category is very important. You can use food and drinks, of course. Then you can add a map. Secret is actually the privacy settings. You can choose yes, you can choose no, if you want it public or not. Okay, we will not keep it as a secret, and you create board. So you have it here, cakes designer, right? Now, let us get some cake. So if you add a pin, you can actually get a designer cake from designer cake on Google. Okay, you can just click images and maybe you can choose a great designer cake. Okay, let's get this one. Okay, so we can actually visit that page, right? From the web, because we have the URL. And ta-da, I can actually get all the pictures from that website. Okay, you can see all the pictures were uploaded here. So I can just click pin it, and I will go into the cake designer board, and maybe, you know, type the link where you got them, and maybe put your company's, your client's page or website, and then you go pin it. So if you have people following your board, so they can actually see this, okay, they can actually click it here, and if they like it, they will click the picture, and they will go to the client's website. So always put the links of your clients. So that is so it's very simple, really. All you just need to do is pin pictures all day. So so you can do different kinds of boards. We have clients who have really 1,000, 1,000 boards that they want updated every day. So it's actually a very time consuming task. So that is how you do the Pinterest. Let me change screen. So next is we will go to YouTube. YouTube is actually one of um, diverse when it comes to ads, because you know how whenever you watch videos and these ads just pops up, the very most expensive ad is the one that you can't skip. Those that last for maybe 25 seconds, I think, so that you really need to watch before playing that video. So anyway, one of the tasks for YouTube is creating and managing YouTube accounts. Now, you can actually access your YouTube if you have Google account. Next is uploading, sharing videos in YouTube. You know, always have people viewing your videos on YouTube, or your clients' YouTube. Of course, answering comments and messages on all social media networks, or of course, YouTube. So whenever you guys share a video on Facebook or on Twitter or in Pinterest, it is best that you answer the comments and other messages regarding that video, because always remember, always acknowledge. Okay, whatever it is, if it's a compliment, say thank you. If it's a complaint, ask why, what happened, always address everything. Okay. However, this is actually one of the things that I want to be very clear. When people like your Facebook posts or retweet a tweet, you don't necessarily have to thank each and every one of them. Like, thank you, Anna. Thank you, Ria. Thank you, Cheska. Thank you, Mark. You don't need to thank each and every one of them. Okay, so it's best to just thank them one time, but thanking them every time, it's very annoying, and people don't want to, see business pages with that kind of attitude. So refrain from doing that, please. If you do it on your personal account, go ahead, do whatever you want, but with your business pages, with your clients' business pages, please just refrain from thanking every likes. Okay, so it's best with it's only best if you acknowledge if it's a comment or etc. If it's a question, right? So that's it. Next, we will go to blogs. Basically, blog allows you, your client will ask you to publish or schedule blog posts. Some of your clients will ask you to create the blog post yourself, but other clients already have writes their own blogs. So all you need to do is publish them or schedule these blog posts during the week or during the month, however your client wants you to publish them. Next is answering blog comments. Again, you must be very professional in doing these. You should acknowledge all blog comments. Next, sharing blog posts on all social media networks, just like videos. You need to share blog posts on Facebook, on Twitter, on Pinterest, on everything. Okay, so this is where so there is a connection going on. Next is keyword research for blog content. It's very easy. You can actually go to Google keyword tool. It will help you come up with a lot of keywords to use during the blog. So you need to use that. And of course, next is social bookmarking. Social bookmarking is very popular and actually like one of bloggers' tasks. So this will be another webinar because this is more of like a technical webinar. I think that will be my next topic is blogger, how to earn as a blogger at home. So anyway, so this is what I'm telling you. Always look for feedback. You always know your page visit. You always know, is it going down? Is it going up? Am I posting right? What are the keywords that I need to use? So as a social media, you should know how these work. Okay, you should be very observant. Now, remember when I told you guys to have your followers engaging, to have your followers comment or like or retweet your tweets. It is best if once a week you can post questions. You can maybe have a survey or a poll that you can do so people can answer, and then of course sharing funny things because people always want to laugh. So it is best if you can share some humor once in a while. If your client is very strict on those kinds of things, then you don't have to do that. But however, if your client asks you to do anything, as long as it's entertaining, so it is best if you put humor and maybe some interesting facts on your Facebook or on your Twitter, and then maybe have some inspirational or funny images again, or maybe quotes. People love that. And again, it's best if you message your followers once in a while and maybe thank them. The best that we do is posting questions because people always answer. And next thing you need to do is, of course, creating a monthly report to your client. Now, creating monthly report is also a feedback. This is actually an example. The thing that you see on the screen, you can actually tell. There's actually on Facebook that you can actually print the statistics during the week, so you can actually just download it and maybe report it to your client that these are your activities for the past week. How many likes you got? How many interactions that you got, who are the best, like oops who are the best. I'm sorry, I think. Okay, who are the best audiences. I'm going to share you another cool thing. Here on Facebook, you can actually let me just bring this up just a second. Okay, whenever you guys are in your Facebook page, right? So for example, I will show you this screen. So for example, as you can see it here, you can see you can go to click insights. Okay, insights is actually a very very cool thing of Facebook. You can actually see all the numbers in here. Okay, if it went down or if it goes up, you can actually see all the interactions. Okay, the engagement and the reach. You can actually see it here. You can actually promote. You can actually pay to promote the post here as well. Here's a very cool thing. The people, you can actually see how many fans that you got in UK, in Saudi Arabia, in Romania. You can actually see 82% of your fans. Right? It's so cool. You can actually know who people are from, they're coming from. So it's also very cool. For posts, yeah, you can see here, right? How many posts, how many, I can see it here. So anyway, so this is how Facebook Insight, you can actually, what I was telling you guys about is export data. So all you need to do is download these and give it to your client if he or she requires you to do so. This is also very, very helpful. This is also, if you can measure something, then you can develop, you can improve something. So if you can really know the activities of your page, if you know you're doing the right thing, you're posting the right stuff, and not just shooting in the dark. So it's very best. It's very the Facebook Insight is very, very useful. Now, if you guys have any questions, do you guys have any questions? Am I going very, very fast? Just let me know, okay? um, Next is Netiquette, okay? Netiquette, or simply net etiquette. So I'm not sure if there's a lot of people with Netiquette, because you can see just how people are online and they just post whatever they want. But as a business page, okay, as a business page, you need to remember these Netiquette. So it's communicating with customers or people via the internet without creating misunderstanding, okay, is very, very challenging. Especially you don't see their face, you don't see their facial expression, you don't know if they're laughing at you already, or if they know, you don't know if they're already very, very angry, or maybe they're having a heart attack with the things that you post online. So it's very, very hard. So it's best that we follow a rule, so to avoid conflicts, okay. So the word netiquette is a combination of net from the internet and etiquette. It means respecting other users' views and, of course, displaying common courtesy when posting your views to online discussion groups. You know how I mentioned earlier to join Facebook groups? So you should be very, what do you call this? Conscious, okay, and very sensitive with the things you post online. So the first netiquette is the golden rule: treat others as you would like to be treated. Okay? This rule is a cliche or a very old rule, but it still rings true. So if you're very mean online, then chances are people are going to be very, very mean to you in return. Next is no flaming. No flaming is also no hating. Okay? Flaming or hating is a form of verbal abuse when you intentionally attack or disrespect somebody for whatever reason that you feel like it. Okay? Maybe you didn't agree with something they said, or you don't like their opinion, but always remember there's a nice way to share a different point of view. There's a nice way to share your thoughts. So it's very, very important that you don't attack people or harass or insult people online, especially if you are responsible for your client's business page. Okay? Next is respect others' copyrights. Just because you have the freedom to post anything online doesn't mean you need to copy other people's work. You don't need it's okay if you refer them or quote them, as long as you mention their name, mention where you got them, maybe, and have like a reference in there, a link. So always respect other people's copyrights. Next is do not type in all capital letters. It hurts the eye. I swear. If you have something to say, just say it with, this first, like normal people would do. First letter should be capitalized and then the rest would be smaller cases. Do not type in all caps, please. Next is do not spam. Okay? I know you want, you want to get your job done. You just want to post everything. But please refrain from doing this activity. It's spamming. Do not type just any other letters or whatever letters that you want to type in there. Just please refrain from spamming. Just post great stuff on other people's pages, on other people's accounts, on groups, and all that. Just please. And also post one time. So be very careful. Next is be honest. Now, faking website statistics or pretending to be someone else or trying to cheat people or your customers online will not only hurt your client's reputation, but also can land you in very much deep trouble. So always remember, honesty is the best policy. So be honest with with the things that you're posting online. Next is use proper grammar and spelling. So it's best if, you know, I'm sorry, that should be use proper grammar and spelling. So it is best that especially if you're a business or a company, your reputation. So you need to be very vigilant and you need to think before you post. Okay. This is very common, like common sense or anything, but it is best that we remind ourselves to use proper grammar and spelling. Next is follow the TOS. What is TOS? TOS means Terms of Service Policy. So you need to know other groups on Facebook have terms of service, like they don't want advertisers on their Facebook group. They don't want spammers on their Facebook group. They don't want certain topics to be discussed in that group. So always follow the TOS of a certain group on LinkedIn, on Facebook, everywhere. So follow terms of service or the rules. Next is keep it PG-13. You know what I mean. Refrain from the scandalous posts. And of course, next, research your facts and cite your sources all the time. Okay? All the time. So I think those are the netiquette that I am going to share, the top 10. So before anything, please go to www.mroutsourceuniversity.com if you want free training or more details about this task. If you have friends who want to be a virtual assistant, a social media virtual assistant, please refer them to mroutsourceuniversity.com. We have a lot of educational stuff in there, so that is very good. So my last words is Google before you tweet is the new think before you speak. Okay, so please Google anything or research anything before you post. Cite your sources before you post anything in there. Please be what I'm trying to say is just be responsible for whatever you post online, because especially if you have a fan base, your client has a big fan base and you just post anything, So that is very, very much discouraged. Okay? So I hope you guys learned something today. If you want a more detailed and more technical screenshots of these tasks, you can go to MrOutsourceUniversity.com. There's a training in there. So I think that's it. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. I will we will have 2 or 3 minutes. So if you guys have any questions, just ask them now. So do you guys have any questions? Okay, so that's it for today. If you guys have any questions, maybe later on, you can email me at regina@mroutsource.com. If you guys have, I will be posting some ads if we have clients looking for a social media virtual assistant on our Facebook group. So just check it out as well. So again, my name is Regina Evangelista, and thank you for joining this webinar. Have a great night.